Hello, so today I want to go through a discussion with you about the following subject, which is, do we need to take some time to step back and take care of ourselves and then continue on our self-improvement and disciplined diet? The beginning of these discussions come from one of my friends, which name is Adonis. So Adonis is a 37-year-old man who has been for 15 years in the gym, so he has a really great physique, a really like kind of Greek god physique kind of physique, you know. He's really pretty. He has some big muscles. And like he told me that sometimes he is exhausted of following a diet which is like better for his health and fitness and like muscles, and that sometimes for maybe 2 3 days or even more sometimes he needs to kind of like fuck off his habit, in the sense that like he just start like, okay, going to fast food, you know, drinking sodas, and really not taking great care of his health, but like just allowing himself the things he restrained on. um, and I think I'm kind of experiencing the same thing, because like every morning I take 4 eggs, and really like sometimes it's really like kind of even like disgusting. Like eggs are, I think, have great taste naturally. I do eat with butter, and like sometimes I add pepper, but like sometimes you're just waking up, you're a bit sleep deprived, and you're making eggs, and really that's sometimes disgusting. And 2 days ago, actually, like I made some eggs and I didn't even finish them because it was so disgusting to me, and I wasn't hungry. I think I was stressed about something, but still, like I wasn't hungry and then didn't finish the eggs. Then I asked myself, like, is it healthier for you to actually let go of some of the discipline habit and self improvement habit that you put in place in order like to relax? I think something like that. You know, I've read in the book Psycho-Cybernetics that humans have a level of aggressions that is natural and that is naturally rising, and that you need to express in a way. You know, like sometimes you're like just fucking annoyed or angry at something, and then you go to a gym sessions, or to a martial arts session, or to a sport sessions, or even like, bro, I remember back in times when I played video games, like I had this like really like aggression meter really high, you know, sometimes, and I just like played video games and drop out a bunch of insults. I think, yeah, in English too you can say that I was raging like on video games, and this thing like just seems to like empty my hungry bar, like you can say my hungry mana, you know. And like I wasn't hungry anymore, and I was like kind of zen, you know, like nothing could annoy me anymore, because like I was so annoyed that it's okay, you know. It's kind of strange, but it's really like expressing the anger you have within yourself, and because you express it, it leaves your body, and that means you're just here, left with like a beautiful body, which like just enjoy his time here, and that's great, I think. The point is I want to ask myself, though, is it healthy? Because even like, for example, that morning when I didn't eat the 4 eggs, I could have forced myself to eat the eggs, but like I was really disgusted, and I was also a bit sleep deprived, which might add to the thing, to the fact that the egg disgusts me. Because you know, when you're sleep deprived, oh yeah, that's another thing. But when you're sleep deprived, I just think like everything becomes so hard, and it's like you didn't make any improvement in your life. For example, when you're sleep deprived, when I'm sleep deprived, I observe that I cannot be mindful. Like it's really difficult for me to be mindful, and even to meditate. Like sometimes I'm afraid of falling asleep while meditating, you know. And that's really one of the things why I resent school, because like they made me a lot sleep deprived. I think that though you have the time to sleep, you will not, because while you're in school, like maybe you have a big maximum of 2 hours of concentration, and then it's just procrastination. I say procrastination in the sense that you cannot work effectively in that time, For example, like having lectures in the afternoon, I think it's absolutely useless because like you don't learn anything, and even the thing they teach you is not really great. Anyways, that's another debate. But what I want to tell is that, like, for example, when you come back from school, from high school for me, like I've finished it, but like when I come back, like it's like you have still to live. Like you're a human being, you have like your desires, you have your needs, and like you want to spend some time with your family, or for example, like reading some great book like The Discipline is Destiny by Ryan Holiday, which I begun is really great. It's mainly like inspiring in the sense that he really motivates you with masculine examples that were really disciplined. I think it's inspiring. It's like a day chart, like it's really motivational. But he explained great concepts. But actually, I prefer maybe like I prefer like having the real author, like reading the real author. For example, here I have a book wrote in French from Epictet, which in English is Epictetus, and I have like the two books in one. Really great book, by the way. And Epictetus is just Stoicians, and like Ryan Holiday, the author of Discipline is Destiny, is like inspired by Stoicians. And I think that reading directly Stoicians book, like I feel bad and I feel more intelligent. It's maybe arrogant, I know, but like that's just like if I read the thing from which the author takes inspiration, like I'm kind of like superior, in a sense. But anyways, the debate was not about this. It was more like, do you think like actually it's healthy to take a rest, like sometimes to take 2 or 3 days off? Like I remember that I have some habit, like for example the cold shower. Like I end up always doing a cold shower, but like for example most morning I just go in cold water right away. It's difficult, but once you're in it, like it feels great. But like for example, this morning I was a bit sleep deprived, and I got like a text message that really like kind of disappointed me. Like it was bad news, so like I was kind of sad. So like I just turned on the hot shower, and then I progressively uh, I went the water progressively colder. So I was in cold shower after showering myself. I just put cold waters, which is more easy because well, like you can adapt. Like for example, you're in hot and then you lower the temperature, lower, like in a 30-second period, and then like your body is really accustomed to the new cold temperatures. And I think yeah, you have the benefit of deliberate cold exposure, so I think that's great. That and like the advice I gave you here is the advice I got from how do you say that, chirurgien in English? I'm sorry. Um, from like those doctors which do operations. Maybe I'll search it after that. But anyways, and also like for example, in my martial arts, so I do kendo. Kendo is like the Japanese sword, the katana and stuff, and that's really great. That's a martial art, so that's more like that's also a spiritual journey, more than a sport. And so I have a friend which is really which is in the kendo class and which is really invested in like Zen and killing your ego and like the martial art itself. And like he practically never skipped training, but like this week he skipped two and he didn't give any news. And like he too has limits, and like for example the heat and another thing in his life like has tired him, so like he didn't go for two trainings. So yeah, I think like sometimes maybe you need to have a break, but I think when you need to have a break. So like don't listen to your like bullshit mind that tell you, oh yeah, okay man, just take a break, it's okay. I think your body and your spirit tells you when you need to take a break, and then you don't even need to like cope. It's just natural, like you're just waking up, you just okay, I need to like it's almost like if you need to have some love for yourself, because like having discipline is maybe at the beginning it's hate in the sense that you do something that you don't like, but then you learn to like it or not. That's discipline. even if like the thing is beneficial for you in the long term, like your body like sees the short term because we're like accustomed and we survive in a short term environment, you know, like where your decision could mean death or life in a short term moment, in an immediate consequence environment. So like yeah, I think sometimes your body and your soul have to relax, calm down to to begin again to go harder on yourself, and I think that's where growth comes from, even if I'm not sure. Anyways, thank you for your attentions. What I want to... I still don't have an end of video slogan. So, I think that one thing I can say is great for now is like never stop learning, because that's where progress comes from. Even if like I think there is something you don't need to learn, like don't read things that you're not interested in. And I also think that people are very interesting, so I'll just like put any message I want to convey in the end of my video. Anyways, I hope you're doing alright, and like bro, like be happy, kiss your mom, and like ciao.